Coach, thanks. We're about 12 miles south of the future home of the Chargers at the current home of the Chargers, and that's Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Indianapolis Colts and our home team. Here's Michael Badgley now to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. This fielded at the 2. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
Here we go. At their own 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Brissett. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Brissett. Looking deep for Hilton. And that's going to be intercepted. It's the all-pro safety, Derwin James. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Spot. 22, jet, cover. 22, jet, trauma, switch.
Now a carry by the 3rd-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And this one complete to Virgil Green.
The 2nd down pass.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Ready? Right. 58 to Mike. Check.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They'll run for it with Eckler. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Here's the 2nd-year back out of NC State, Nyheim Hines. 20. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, 45 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On the ground, it's Eckler. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. This Week 1 matchup between the Colts and the Chargers, there are a couple of ties between the two franchises. Of course, Colts head coach Frank Reich, he spent 2 seasons as the Chargers offensive coordinator in 2014 and 15. Then he would have 2 years as the Eagles OC before coming to Indianapolis. But also, Colts fans, they do not have good memories of the 2007 and 2008 seasons, both times losing to the Chargers in the playoffs when they felt like they had a team that could have gone to the Super Bowl. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And some space here. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
On 2nd and 7, Brissett. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Brissett. This goes to Mack on the check down. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. That's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Charger drive about to get going. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the man.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. The Chargers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They'll look to throw. He's got Green. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw is Brissett. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brissett. And the catch made by Hilton. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Come on, set. Now the wolf. Line 49. Got to do better. Set, right.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. Going deep here for Stills. He's got it at the 15. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. A huge play that time for the Colts. And even 40 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Check
At the
safety, check
12-yard
safety.
line.
Kill.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett. He's got it to Hilton. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. This is Hines. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Lucky. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. And the ball ready.
They'll try to run with Hines. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
At the Chargers.
Brissett. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. McLaughlin for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Colts 17. Chargers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Charger drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay,
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
It's complete to Williams. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Let's go!
Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Get that quarterback at all costs!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, but it'll be second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 33. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
That's another Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that's complete. It's Green here. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Greystone, travel.
2nd and 2. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Green once again the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The Chargers were best in the NFL, 7 of 8 on 4th down last year, and they're going here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. Rock Ya-Sin, a rookie 2nd rounder from Temple, there to make the play. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And that's going to be intercepted. It's the all-pro safety, Derwin James. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot. And that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He'll get this to Eckler.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about that little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. Let's go now.
The Charger drive about to get going. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On second down, Eckler. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 31. Check 31.
He'll drop to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, L.A. Virgil Green. His first touchdown as a Los Angeles Charger. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them after they built that lead at intermission. They've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Right here.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
A gain of 21 yards. First down,
They'll run on 1st down. Mack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
it's a gain of 25 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Down right around the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. From the gun, here's Brissett. Flush to his right. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. Trying to get it that time to Stills.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I got you.
Once more, here's Eckler. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. You.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the 2nd half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 49-yard line.
Check. Crunch. Rush in.
They go play action with Brissett. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. They run the draw play with Mack. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a second down.
At the 18-yard line.
They'll run here with Eckler. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the rookie from Temple, Rock Ya-Sin. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That second down play nets a -4. The Colts on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 26-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They'll set up a throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Dylan Cantrell.
The first down pass.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Now back to throw. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulder.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jabal Sheard able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Here's Hines on a toss play. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory.